know what they say in a decider, you just want one chance. And at least then you've had a chance. He may not get one. That was a great pot. He needs a full ball kiss. He got it. He's on the brown. It's a good pot, this. And to sit out much of the last frame. Overdone it slightly.
5.
Good recovery shot.
6.
The blue's the easier pot, but difficult to get to a red from the blue. Oh, was that a kick? Or was it just a miss?
Matthew Stevens, 6.
Looks like it was a kick. That's another good safety from Ben Harrison. I think he's got the snooker.
Well, I think it was significant that he did make a big break in that last frame. We said it would probably have to go up his size break 33. Well, he made a 66, so in fact he doubled it. Came into the decider full of confidence.
And if you can get the cue ball dead on the cushion behind the yellow. Well, he had the perfect angle to be able to play that shot. And again, he's completely misjudged that one. Played to miss the pink. And a little fortunate, he hasn't left anything easy for Ben Harrison.
Early stages of the decider, 6-0. Matthew Stevens leads. Got away with the last shot he played. Didn't leave anything on for Harrison. He looked like he might have done at first.
And he's in a bit of trouble here. The red and green creating problems for Matthew Stevens. And return to balk. Well, again, he hasn't played a good safety, but he's got away with it. Hit the wrong cushion on the safety shot. And off the red. Now, decisions to make. Chance at the yellow or the blue or the snooker. That's a good pot, and he's played for the red just behind the pink, which opens the pink up.
3. Four.
Just pushed it too far past the middle pocket. And in a decider,
Ben Harrison.
not worth the risk, taking the pink onto the baulk corner.
Victory for Jamie Cope, only just though, 4-3 over Shane Castle, who's a teenager, another dangerous young player coming through the ranks, but Cope has won that 4-3. I certainly think the fear factor is going away a little, the lower rank players, because they have more opportunity to play the top players, and if you get a couple of wins against them in smaller events, if you meet them in a big event, I guess you fancy your chances more. Well, this is where it helps to be thin, which he is. Changed his mind.
Well, this time, Ben Harrison, who makes the mistake on the safety. Well, he's waving, and before the cue ball had stopped. But he was right in his decision. He's got away with it.
89 plays 85 in terms of balls potted. It's been closely fought, this match. You see not much in the highest breaks either.
Another good safety. You can see the red behind the black spot, but he's got to be careful not to push one towards that left corner. He's pushed one over, but Stevens can't see it.
But this is the most important part now, the deciding frame. I bet you didn't have all these stats, Joe, when you won that Tyne Tees tournament.
The only stat that matters, who potted that final ball. Another good shot there from Matthew Stevens, judging that cue ball perfectly. Thinking of playing the white onto the red to knock the red in, but there's no joy in playing that shot. It won't be on a colour, and all the risk of playing the shot could lose the frame. Well, he's got away with it. But it was a big risk, that. It could have stayed in the jaws of the pocket.
Well, plenty of people here engrossed in this one. Wondering who's going to come through.
Well, he knew he was leaving this red on over the corner, but he also knew that it was going to be difficult to get to a colour from that red. How has he covered it? Very fortunate if he has this red coming back down the table. Looks like he's covered it. Very fortunate.
Oh, well, one of them's gone in.
Well, there was no raise of the hand, so... Did he play it? It wouldn't go direct. He couldn't have played that shot. Needs to come past the blue.
6.
So chance in the decider for Ben Harrison.
And playing this one left-handed. Tough shot, this.
7.
That was a good shot, left-handed. trying to give that blue an extra nudge with his body.
And Anderson, 7.
Good pot. So Matthew Stevens gets his chance.
Seven. Eight.
He knew as soon as he made contact with that red ball that he hadn't hit it hard enough. Now got to avoid the green. And the first thing he's got to do is pot the pink.
Matthew Stevens, 8.
He's blocked the pocket. Will the red go off the pink? That's what he tried.
Foul.
Oh dear.
Matthew Stevens,
Better
4.
in there than hitting the angle and coming back down the table.
Well, a low scoring decider, just 7 points in it. Quite a few balls safe as well. There's another one for the collection.
Well, that's a good shot,
1.
but not a good kiss. He was on the pink, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's been that kind of match, hasn't it? They've both had little incidents like that where it's just got a little complicated. They've been a little unlucky here and there. It's not flowed in the way I'm sure both would have liked.
Well, this was a good pot, and it looked for the world as though he's going to be on the pink until he got the kiss on the blue.
Matthew Stevens, 1. Foul.
Well, that's amazing, isn't it?
Matthew Stevens, 4. Matthew.
Well, could be a bit of mileage left in this frame yet.
Touching ball.
Well, that's a mistake. He's got a good cue ball, but he's pushed reds over both corners. You can see one of them. You can see them both.
One. Four. Five.
Not a natural angle to get to the reds.
Eleven. Matthew Stevens, 11.
So things have just opened up a little bit. Matthew Stevens leads by 23 in the decider. Harrison's got to be careful here. One thing that has impressed me has been Ben Harrison's attitude. Even when things have gone wrong, he's managed to kind of laugh them off and just stay positive.
Well, that's certainly opened things up, but he's left a chance at this long red, and if this goes in, those 3 loose reds would be enough. Was a chance, and this is a chance for Harrison now.
Well, he got nowhere near the pot. What can Ben Harrison do here? There's 1 red on the right hand side cushion, the other's out in the open.
1.
Yes, that could be Stevens' saving grace, that red on the cushion.
Four. 5. 11. Ben Harrison, 11.
Well, he was careless, you've got to say. Will he remember that shot?
Well, it was almost like he was gearing up to get on the difficult red and just took his eye off the easy one. Of course, Stevens, though, also needs that red on the cushion.
One.
Oh. Well, no prizes for guessing what's coming next. Maybe push the brown to the cushion. Play the snooker in behind the brown, behind the green. Although he could need the brown if he doesn't get the last red.
Matthew Stevens, 1.
Well, here it is again, this fluke. Could be very important. He leads by 13. He's got Ben Harrison snookered on this last red.
Well played.
pressure heaped on the shoulders of Ben Harrison here.
So, a half chance. But these type of shots have got to go in. If they don't go in, no idea where the red's going to finish. I don't believe he went for the pot there, the overcut. Tried to get the red safe. Again, he gets his chance. It's not an easy clearance, this, by any means. Brown and blue, and even the black. Not easy.
One.
He needed position from that red, though. Well, he's going to try and tickle him behind the green, hasn't he?
Ben Harrison. One.
Well, 12 in it now on the colours.
Matthew Stevens does need the brown.
Yeah, lengthy decider. Low scoring, scrappy, nervy. Matthew Stevens' victory would be a case of falling over the line, get into the next round and try and improve. Ben Harrison, of course, if he won, the biggest win of his snooker career.
Well, he's certainly battled hard, this young man. And he hasn't had the best of run. And again, there, the kiss on the green. It's left a chance for Matthew Stevens. Well, is it cuttable? Matthew just coming around to have a look to see if it is. But it could have been a lot easier than where it's finished.
.37-minute frame. He was a little fortunate, Stevens. Having said that, of course, Harrison did have the last red right over the pocket and didn't get on a colour off it.
Again, got to be careful of the double kiss here. Doesn't want to move the blue. And the good safety shot means me moving the blue. May have to play this just full in the face. Thinking of coming in behind the yellow, sending it down the table. Well, he actually looked at the middle pocket, and he wasn't far away from that.
Well, this decider's still anyone's. As it stands now, Stevens doesn't need the blue, which could be significant. But it's been a long deciding frame, this, getting on for 40 minutes now. All the colours off their spots. See now why Tony Drago's been put on this table for later on, because we're overrunning, but if anyone's going to get it back on track, it'll be Tony. He's up fourth. Next match will be Luca Brissell against Lee Page.
Again, that wasn't a good safety. Caught it much too thin. But this isn't an easy pot for Ben Harrison. No, it was never easy.
Well, yellow, green and brown, and Harrison would need a snooker, but between them, they're well, not finding their range, I think it's fair to say. It's been a nervy decider, this. 2.5 hours playing time for the match. That's better. If you want to be on the cushion.
Yes, it just didn't get into that cue ball, did it? Well, that second kiss on the green sent it safe. It was going over the middle pocket without that kiss.
Long matches for the referees as well, but this is now down to the wire time. $14 in it, 25 on.
Just a rub and a good angle on the middle pocket. Well, that was a real stroke of luck for Matthew Stevens. He hasn't had much run today, Ben Harrison. A little pacey. He's going to be in big trouble again next shot. Oh, it's important he hits this, and I think he can get behind the brown. Just got to be careful of the in-off. Happy with that.
What he hasn't done, Harrison, he's just thrown his cue at any of them. As you say, he's not had the best of running, but he's stayed positive, and that could be, possibly, the key factor here, because this is still anyone's.
No.
Well,
Oh, what a shame.
Stevens 4.
And he's got the snooker as well.
Free ball.
So unfortunate. He'd moved the brown into play, he'd got the snooker, only to see the brown fall in the pocket.
The only good news, if you can call it that, is that he will still need the green as well. And he's having them put back, I think. Or he's having him play from there, in fact. Can't put them back because it wasn't a miss. Just testing.
One of mine. Now then, does he land up to this? Or does he play it at pace? He's played it at pace. And he's happy. He deserves some luck there.
Well, he's still battling.
Well, he was a long way away from that, and that could be his last shot.
18 in front, so green and brown. Ben Harrison would need a snooker.
Well, that was a chance.
Yeah, green does not go in. He was on the brown, but the green stayed out. Matthew Stevens struggling to kill this off. That was match over if that green had gone in. But it's not over.
Well, again, he'll settle for that. Hampered over the blue.
Epic deciding frame. Still in progress. 18 points in it. Possible 25 on.
Well, that could have gone worse. The double kiss there. fact, it couldn't have gone much better. Difficult to play safe from this green. Delighted with that one. Delighted. Needs a lot of right-hand side on this cue ball. Again, delighted with the kiss. Pushing the pink safe. Ben Harrison's going to need that. He's brought the pink out.
Sizable crowd here, and all wondering what's going to happen. Good pot.
Yes, and he's got to be on the brown in some way.
Well, Brown and Ben Harrison's going to need 2 snookers.
Not quite on it to the middle, and not quite on it to the corner. Which one? It's to the corner, and it was a good pot. What a match this has been.
12.
Yes, and Ben Harrison has put up a great show on his television debut. He battled so hard in that decider, and his general attitude and sportsmanship I thought was impeccable throughout. But it's Matthew Stevens, who was the favourite, of course, coming in. He'll be relieved. He's come through what was a real test here in Rotterdam. He finally beats Ben Harrison by 4 frames to 3.